What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is so late. I'm just so behind on everything and it is what it is. But I wanted to do a 12-month update on Sebastian. I wanted to kind of share with you guys what 12 months postpartum has been like for me. And then I also just wanted to share a life update. I feel like we have been so busy this summer. And I just haven't shared a lot of it because I've just been too busy to share, it feels like. But anyhow, I just wanted to sit down and kind of share things with you, share where we're at right now, and yeah, let's get into it. First things first, I'm just gonna start with a life update. So if you notice, things aren't like a little bit chaotic behind me, and it is because we're moving. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably have known that we're moving for a while. But if you don't, surprise, we're moving. We are moving to Phoenix, Arizona at the end of this week. My husband got accepted to law school out there, so he will be attending this fall, and we're excited, but we're nervous. We're totally gonna die with all the heat out there, 100%. Not ready for that, but it is what it is. We're so excited though for Arizona. Like, our best friends live out there. We have some family out there. My family is so much closer. I mean, it's still a good drive, but it feels like they're so much closer. I'm excited, but it is kind of scary just because it is a really big change, and especially with like Sebastian, it just feels like so much more than like just the two of us moving. So our life is totally in shambles right now. It is chaos in this house, but you know what? We're just making it work. We're doing what we can, and we're just trying to keep positive, good vibes, all those things. And then the second big update, and a reason that I've been so busy, a reason that I took so much time off of YouTube, and that like this whole year I've only been uploading once a week, which has been a huge bummer for me, but something that's been super necessary, is I finally finished my classes. I have one last thing to do before I like officially am like done, graduated. I just have to do my capstone, and it's just writing a bunch of papers, and honestly I'm just gonna like PS my way through that, but I'm like this close. But like my classes with like all the actual hard work and stuff, done. We are done, and I'm so excited. It was so crazy, so stressful. I had to finish like 2 classes in the period of like 3 weeks, so that was wild, but I did it, and like I said, I am done, and it feels so good. Also, other life update, I got new glasses. What do you think? I didn't know how I felt about them at first, just because they're very different, and now I'm like, I'm loving it. I'm loving this new look. My husband also got new glasses, so we're like both trending kind of like hipster, old school vibes with like our gold wire glasses, but we're loving it. We're feeling this new look. It's a good thing. Now going into Sebastian's update. So he is now, at this time that you're seeing this, he is 14 months officially. So this is definitely 2 months overdue. Still wanted to give you guys an update as of 2 months ago. So things are a little bit different now, but actually not that much different. But I had to finish it off. I did all 11 months, had to finish off with month number 12. He started walking like a week before his first birthday. He had like made like no progress, and then all of a sudden just started walking, and I was like, I actually cried because we were on a date the night that he started walking. It was our anniversary night, and we dropped him off at our in-laws' house, and so he was just hanging out with them, and they were trying to get him to walk, and then he did it. And I was so pissed and sad that I wasn't there for it. So I definitely cried, definitely had a moment, but it's fine. He walks all the time with us. We obviously get like the best of him because we're his parents and we're with him all the time. But so that was sad, but good job, Bash. Started walking before his first birthday. We were so happy for that. Around his first birthday, he also hit like a major growth spurt. He has been super on the small side ever since he was born. He was like 6 pounds when he was born, and he's just been very petite, I feel like, very long and lean like his dad. And he's been wearing like at max 6 to 9 month clothing up until around his first birthday, and then by his first birthday he hit a huge growth spurt, and all of a sudden he like does not fit most of his clothes, and he needs to be wearing like 12-month clothes. It's been great because it's so good that he's growing. He went from the 13th percentile in weight to the 26th percentile, and we're so happy that he's growing, but we don't have any clothes for him. He's just been so small, so we've been able to like use his 3 to 6 month and 6 to 9 month clothing for him up until like his first birthday. And we haven't really thought about like his 1 year clothes because he's just so small. But now we're like, okay, we gotta go to Kid's Kid. We gotta get some new clothes for him. We gotta get him stuff that like really fits. Luckily, he got some for his birthday, so thank you to everyone for providing. But all of a sudden, he's so much bigger, and it's just crazy to me. Also, right before his first birthday, like right around his first birthday, so he had 3 teeth. He had his 2 front teeth on the bottom and then 1 front tooth on the top. And then right around his first birthday, his 2nd front tooth was like just barely popping through the skin. But now it's like full-fledged out there. 100%. He's actually getting his 2 side teeth of like right next to his front teeth. But by his first birthday, he only had like the 1 super prominent front tooth. And then now he's finally getting that 2nd one. But he just looks so cute. It's just weird because yeah, like now he's got 2 full front teeth. And so looking back at his first birthday video and like only seeing like the nubbin of a 2nd front tooth is crazy to me. Something else that was really big or felt really big was around his first birthday, a little bit afterwards actually, he started to point at things, and he started to like kind of more respond more to his name and kind of understand words a little more. Before his first birthday, and actually at his first like 1 year checkup, I was actually we were both a little concerned, me and my husband, because we know that like pointing and like things like that are very common things for babies to do and like very like developmentally on par. So we were like, is he like a little behind? Is it concerning? Should we be concerned? Is it like fine? Luckily the doctor was like, no, it's fine. If he's not doing it by like X time, then we might be a little bit concerned, but he's totally on track. And so that was like comforting to hear. And then it was like, yeah, just not even that long after that all of a sudden he started doing those things that we were just a little bit concerned about. And it was like, okay, yes, every baby develops differently, and like just because he's not pointing yet or not really saying words yet doesn't mean like bad things. Like he's totally fine. So first time mom things, you know. That is it for Bash's 1 year update, his 12-month update. I still can't believe he's like over a year old. It's just weird, like, and it's also weird looking back at videos and pictures of him like a year ago from now, and just seeing how small he was. It's just so weird. Like time totally flies when you have a baby. Okay, I am going to now kind of go into a 12-month postpartum update. I'm gonna be really honest. I feel like I'm really honest with people I talk to in person, but I don't think I've ever really talked about it on my YouTube channel. But when I was pregnant with Bash, I didn't have the healthiest pregnancy. I mean, everything was fine, everything checked out, delivery was fine. When I say I didn't have like a super healthy pregnancy, I mean like I didn't eat very well or treat my body very well. I didn't work out really. I had a very sedentary lifestyle. I just woke up, went to work, came home, fell asleep, like did nothing, sat in a chair all day. And so during my pregnancy with Bash, I actually ended up gaining 50 pounds, which is a lot of weight. And near the end of my pregnancy, my doctor was actually like, okay, we kind of need to like get control a little bit. Like you need to be a little more conscious and not let yourself go as much, because we don't want you to like get too unhealthy here. So yeah, I knew it was bad, but it's just really hard when you're pregnant. You just want to eat. Like and then postpartum, I had a really hard time breastfeeding. It was not something that came naturally for me. It was something that I really struggled with, was producing enough milk. I feel like because I didn't breastfeed, I did not lose a lot of the baby weight. In fact, I am 1 year postpartum. I gained 50 pounds pre-pregnancy, or yeah, 50 pounds for my pre-pregnancy weight, and I have only lost 25 pounds. And that is something that was really hard for me at first. I doubled my pant size. I went from a size 6 to a size 12. I knew I was gonna get like bigger, wider. that my body was gonna change, and I was like prepped for that. I just wasn't prepped for how drastic it all felt. I was expecting to go from like a 6 to maybe an 8, maybe a 10, not doubling to a 12. And so that was really hard for me. Now I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine with the way my body looks. I don't like to show it, but I'm fine with the way that it looks. I'm fine with the fact that I'm like anywhere from a size 10 to a size 12. I'm fine with the fact that my shoulders are wider. I'm fine with the fact that my hips are wider. I'm fine with my stretch marks and things like that. I'm totally fine, and it took me a really long time to get there. Like, there was a lot of times when I would look in the mirror and I'd be like, I hate myself. I hate the way I look. I wish I could go back to like pre-pregnancy, if not before pre-pregnancy, or like way before even thinking about kids. But it's just not realistic. And I mean, good for everyone who can, like, good for you. I'm not trying to hate on anybody who does like bounce back quickly, or even if they work really hard and it takes a while, like they're still able to get back to the pre-pregnancy weight. No hate at all. In fact, I do wish that I could do that, but it's just not my reality. And I think that's totally fine. So if you're also a mother, if you're going through postpartum stuff and you just feel like you're looking at other moms who bounce back either quickly or, I mean, even not quickly, but they still look like great, that's fine. And you're not alone if you're comparing yourself, but don't compare yourself. Your body was meant for this, and it's totally okay. Like, it's totally fine that you look the way you do, that you gained the weight. It's totally fine to have stretch marks. That's totally normal. Your body literally created a human. It's fine. So I know it's way easier said than done, like, oh, you're fine, you're great. But I just want you guys to know I did struggle with that. Sometimes I still do. Sometimes it is still kind of hard, but if your clothes aren't making you happy, if it makes you sad that you can't fit into any of your pre-pregnancy clothes, throw them away. Go get yourself some new clothes that fit. I feel like it was so dumb of me. I would like hold on to things that I was like, oh, I want to, like, it's like my goal. But it would just make me like sad to see like goal clothes. And I know that's not the case for everybody. For some people it can be really motivating, but just for me, it was just really sad and really hard. So I got rid of it. I donated it, I sold it, I just got rid of it because it didn't spark joy. You know, like Marie Kondo. It didn't give me joy at all. It just made me sad and depressed when I would look into my closet. So I highly encourage you, if you're also struggling, just do something that makes you happy, get clothes that fit you, and just know that it's okay. It's okay if you still look pregnant, like after having a baby, even if it's 1 year postpartum. I definitely still looked like 10 weeks pregnant 1 year postpartum. Like I just looked pregnant, and that was fine. Because it's fine. A mom pooch is fine. It's totally okay to have a mom pooch. There's nothing wrong with that. So anyhow, I've been talking about that for forever. I could literally talk your ear off, obviously, so I will digress. Okay, so to talk about down there, after I had Bash, I did get a 2nd-degree tear during my delivery, and so it took the full 6 weeks. I know some people are able to like heal quicker, or their stitches are able to heal. I know it does take like a full 6 weeks for your area to like fully heal, but it did take a full 6 weeks for my stitches to even like dissolve and everything. And that's fine. I wasn't in any rush. I didn't want to like, I didn't really work out before, so I was in no rush to like get back to the gym. I was not in any rush to have sex again. I was not in any rush for any of this stuff. And I feel like it's okay. Take your time, let your body heal. Like, birth is beautiful, but it is also like body trauma. Your body is meant for it, but it's still a very traumatic thing for your body to experience. It's still a huge deal and a huge thing for your body. So let yourself heal. It took me a full 6 weeks. As far as breastfeeding, honestly, I was told my breasts would feel normal and like adjusted to breastfeeding within 2 weeks. No, that took like a good like 6 to 8 weeks for them to like finally stopped feeling like needles were stabbing me. Anytime even like fabric brushed it the wrong way, and terrible, it hurt. So that's new, totally normal. If you're concerned about it, talk to your doctor. I also want to talk about my period, because I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, and this is like all personal experience, and maybe I shouldn't be talking about this stuff on the internet. It's fine. I just want to be an open book, because I don't know, I just feel like I was so lost, especially with postpartum like me stuff. I feel like so many people talk about the baby, the pregnancy, but very few people actually talk about like postpartum and you yourself as the mom. And I feel like it's being talked about more now, which is great, but I feel like it was still really hard to find that. So maybe that's why I'm sharing. That's why I'm oversharing. But anyhow, my period came back pretty quickly actually after Sebastian. So I bled almost for the full like 6 weeks postpartum while I healed, and it was kind of, you know, ebb and flow, totally normal. And then I had about 2 weeks where I was like solid, and then I started bleeding again. And I just thought it was postpartum stuff, but then I realized it came like clockwork, like right when my period was before I got pregnant was the same time that I started getting my period again. And I was like, oh, I'm on my period again. I forgot about periods because I basically didn't have one for almost like a full year. I got my period. I was still breastfeeding. I know that's not the case for everybody. Some people don't have a period if they're still breastfeeding. That was just my experience, and it wasn't worse or better than pre-pregnancy. It was about the same, maybe a little bit shorter, but I don't know. I didn't notice a lot of differences. Like I said, it came at the same time as it did pre-pregnancy. And yeah, I don't feel like it was any worse than or heavier or anything than my normal periods pre-pregnancy. But like I said, I know that's not the case for everybody. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's period is different. Everybody's recovery is different. So take it with a grain of salt. I did want to talk about baby blues, like, and postpartum depression and anxiety and kind of like just all those feelings. So I was never diagnosed really with postpartum depression, but I did have, it was like somewhere teetering between postpartum depression and regular like baby blues. I had that for probably 4 to 6 weeks after Bash. Honestly, it didn't start setting in until about 2 weeks after I had Bash. And then from there, it lasted probably, like 4 to 6 weeks. So I feel like I read that if it lasts more than 2 weeks, it's technically considered postpartum depression. But like I said, I was never diagnosed. I never took like any medication or anything like that for it. It was all kind of like self-diagnosis. I probably should have seen a doctor at certain points, but I never did. I don't know. I feel like my biggest advice though would be, if you feel like you need to see a doctor, if you feel like you need help, do not hesitate. Ask for the help. Go to the doctor. There's no shame in it. I have no idea why I didn't go. I probably should have, but things worked itself out. However, I do still sometimes have postpartum depression and anxiety like episodes, I feel like I would say, and they last probably a week to 2 weeks. So like I said, I had it for like 4 to 6 weeks within like the first 2 months of Bash's life, and then it kind of went away and things got a little better where it was mostly just baby blues. But there have been a couple times since where I've had kind of scary episodes where I just feel like the worst mom in the world and like everybody would be better without me kind of things, like really scary and dark thoughts. So I don't know if that's the case for a lot of people, if it was like my general depression and anxiety that I have dealt with for years, or if it was like I don't know. I don't know how long, if it's all just postpartum depression anxiety, if it deals with motherhood, or if it's general depression anxiety. I'm not sure, because some of the the really bad stuff happened like between 6 months and a year after Bash was born. So yeah, I don't know. And I feel like I'm not sure why I'm sharing this. I feel like maybe just like normalize it. It's totally normal. I mean, it's not okay, but it's like, yeah, it's just normal if you feel like that. If it doesn't hit till 6 months after, or 2 months after, or if it hits within minutes, it's all totally normal. But I do highly recommend, one, seeing your doctor first and foremost, talking to either your OB or a psychiatrist, going straight to a psychiatrist or therapist. And then two, I think it's really important to have a support system. It's really, really hard to talk about, especially when it comes to motherhood, because it's such an incredibly personal thing. Yeah, motherhood is really hard to talk about when you feel like you're failing. And yeah, I don't know, but I highly recommend having a support system, talking to people, even if your support system is like people you text, not even people that you see, but like just having anybody to talk to, whether it's text, phone, FaceTime, in person, whatever. Just make sure that you guys have a support system. Anyhow, that is my 1 year update, my life update, everything that's going on. This video has gone on way too long and I'm gonna hate myself for blabbing on for so long. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of our life update. I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing where Bash is now, because I feel like I haven't shown him on here recently a lot. And also, I hope you guys just found comfort, I feel like, in hearing about my postpartum experience. I know I always find comfort, even if I can just relate to like one part of a mother's postpartum experience, because I feel like it is such an it's weirdly isolating and crazy. And so I feel like if I can make one person feel like, oh, it's not just me, then I've done my job. So I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys have a good week. I hope I can get this edited in time, because our life is crazy right now. But anyhow, so the next video you guys will see, the next couple videos will be all the moving stuff. I haven't posted anything. We haven't really done anything really until like yesterday and today. So yeah, I will show you guys all this moving process, cleaning, moving in, all that stuff, and I'm super excited about these next few vlogs. So make sure, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, and we'll go ahead and see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!